All right, welcome all. Today we're going to be doing some AI automations for Amazon brands, it looks like. I have been personally doing the AI automations for a while now and figured I would just share what I'm doing today, and share what I'm going through and what my thought process is. So if you're joining in live, feel free to ask any questions or help me out even. I'm here for everybody and need to learn more too. I don't know everything. So I am currently setting up an automation for a negative keyword finder for Amazon brands. I'm putting this tool for free on my website. You can find it at the link below. You can actually access it, use it, whatever you want to do. It's yours and it's available. So I will be sure to, you're welcome to, I think, going forward, what's going to end up happening in the long run is that us as Amazon sellers are going to be creating our own tools internally if you haven't already, because it's a lot more easy to use using N8N or Make.com or some of these automation workflows. Feel free to say hi in the chat if you're here. Can't really see who's here or what's going on. So feel free to say hi. I'd love to talk to you. If you have any questions, type in the chat, comment on this. Let's talk. All right, well, we are going to get right into it. I've actually already started the build out from this using Claude coding for N8N. So I use Claude to code the basis of it. Basically, I have a user interface set up right now on my website. You can see it on zonflip.com/free tools. So free e-commerce tools, and we're working through these tools right now. I already have the bid optimizer set up. I am working on the negative keyword finder right now, just building out the back end with N8N. So I'm just going to hop right in. So right now, I have to set up the back end of Base 44 is what I use for my vibe coding platform. So I needed to set up the webhook configuration and make sure that it's there. So let me go grab this webhook. It looks like it's there. I'm listening now. Let's go see if the data gets sent through. So just testing the webhook. All right, let's just drag and drop. I have some bulk files already uploaded. Analyze negative keywords. So let's see what gets sent through the webhook. It's currently analyzing, processing, listening. Oh, wow. So it went all the way through. Let's go look and see if the execution went through. So let's copy this to editor and see. All right, so it looks like it went all the way through. I want to see what, and I just used Claude and typed in what I wanted with a prompt. I had Claude write a prompt for me for Base 44. I had Base 44 write it out. Looks like it's analyzing all this information, and then let's see what it actually outputs. So it says 7,004 terms analyzed, 333 negative. Looks like there's no wasted spend or potential savings. Let me just double check and see if it's maybe not analyzing this properly. So let's go into here. We're going to want to actually pull up Claude because I have the code already being built into here. So apologize if you are watching from your phone right now. I only have access to a very small part of my screen for this, so I'll try to do the best that I can. But all right, let me check. So I'm gonna test this and see and say from this code, and I'll just, oops, let's go grab the code. Oops. Let's go back in here. Okay. I'm not used to doing this on small screens. It's not easy. All right, so let's stop that. All right, so from this code, I got no wasted spend. Let's pull up what it actually said. I got no wasted spend. No potential savings and no wasted clicks. This is the data I uploaded. So I'm just showing you kind of like how I talk to Claude and how I talk to these LLMs so I can get what I want out of them, right? So I'm going to upload the bulk form. Let me make sure that's the right one that I actually used. It's got to be. Is the code wrong in determining the wasted spend, potential, and savings? Based on the logic, do you see any? I added the bulk operations form and the code. Let me know. Don't change code, just respond, because sometimes it'll go in and change the artifact on me, and it kind of gets kind of annoying. So look to CSV. I can see why you're getting zero wasted. The problem, the code only calculates wasted spend in two specific scenarios. All right. It looks like probably because let's go run it again, because I actually did not add any additional criteria. So, so let's say 10 clicks. Let's do 50% ACoS or higher. No, let's do 100%. And let's try that. So I didn't add anything because I was just testing through. So let's actually try this now. Run it through. You can actually see this, which is awesome, running through in the executions on the back end. If ever you have any questions or you want to go back and look, if you set these up yourself. All right, still processing. Shouldn't take too long. All right, so now I'm getting wasted clicks, but it's still not saying wasted potential. Let me go back in here, or wasted spend. So I like to, let's go like this. So right now, I want to actually make this look like this output on my website look like the bid optimization that I created earlier. Right now, it's having me like select all and choosing what to export. No, I just want a downloadable form here so that I can read it or check it or look at it later, and negate if I want to, right? So let me make sure that the output from this is actually looking at the negation too, because I want to make sure that it does negate and it adds the operation in here. Yeah, this is different. Okay, so it will output a downloadable form, which will actually negate the keyword. The operation should be, oh, create negative keyword. Oh, perfect. So that actually will negate that. Good. All right, so that looks good. Let's see what we're doing here. Error while processing. Lovely. So I'm getting some errors in base 44 right now. All right, so then we'll go back here. So this should just be a downloadable file to negate keywords if anything pops up, but the view isn't working properly. It really doesn't make any sense. So while you're getting wasted clicks but no spend, wasted clicks, this counts all clicks from terms with 0 orders, regardless of other criteria. Wasted clicks are counted inside the loop for every search term with 0 orders. Okay, count all clicks wasted with no return. Great. Update the code. So this, I'm talking to the same stream right here. So it's, or the same chat. So it has the code in here. So it'll print it out, or it'll give me the code right in there, and I will go right in and just update the code to the logic. Because basically the code and the logic here in this just wasn't getting me, it wasn't counting wasted spend with 0 clicks as savings or as wasted spend, right? So that is 100% right, because if it has 10 clicks or more, and if it has 10 clicks or more, and it spends, right, and it spends $50, for example, or something like that, if I negate it, it then will save me $50. So that 100% is exactly what we need to have happen in here. All right, perfect. So let's go grab that code back here. Always love. And oops, we just need to copy this code. And go back here and let's do this. And then I like to just sometimes it does this, but I like to just get rid of some of this extra stuff. I need to have this return not just summary. So base 44 accepts a certain there we go. All right, so let's do that. It doesn't look the same though. I'm going to go look at the bit optimized tool. So some, you know, a really good use case for this is that, you know, say you have a team and every day they go in and they use the same criteria, right? So they download the bulk operations form, then they filter it and they do this, and this. This can be a really good opportunity for them to just upload that a bulk operations form and do the same structure, the same output every time, right? So I'm just going to return this. So it can be a really good opportunity to just to eliminate almost instantly, you know, with just a little bit amount of work, the automation, and just automate this, you know, and just create a backend website that only your users have access to, and they can quickly go in and use these tools that get automated from the backend, right? So I am gonna run. I got that updated. Let's go run this through again. Let's say, you know, the min clicks are 10. Min spend is 50. Min A cost is 120. Or let's do a lower min A cost so that we don't have much. Great. So then let's upload our file and run this. We'll see what happens. Failed to execute JSON response, unexpected end of JSON input. All right, so it gave the wrong JSON output. Oh. What is this? Optimize is, I gotta look at this. Not defined. Line 296. Oh. Let's go back to user Claude code. Let's see. It's actually called negative. Oops. It's called negative keywords. So let's just change that. And I'm not sure if summary is defined either. So let's just hit save. It might have stopped. We'll execute workflow again. It doesn't take very long for this to go through. And really, I self-host this. So it's very inexpensive, and actually you can run workflows nonstop, right? So your team can use this over and over. They can run 14-day reports. They can run shorter reports, longer reports. So the one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't do well over 50 megabytes worth of data. I personally, like some of the bigger, we'll just do smaller forms. You could even create a workflow that maybe puts them together. So you upload multiple reports together, or you can just change the backend that does it a little different. So, all right, I'm not real happy with this configuration the look of it, right? So let's go back through. Let's run this through again. See what the output looks like. Invalid response, format missing, negative. All right, so I'm just getting. Let's just use the Claude code for this. It should work fine. All right, let's do this again. Again, really, you know, I'm showing this and I'm giving away the farm here because I want everybody to use these tools, and I want you to be able to create these tools. And I think in the next couple of years, SaaS companies are going to kind of slowly disappear. So now I'm getting this. Why? SaaS companies are going to slowly disappear. And brands are going to be building their own tools internally. So in brands, I mean companies, anybody, right? Like the only real issue is that that was my fault on that one. But the only real issue is getting like API connections into Amazon and getting API connections into things. But really, if you just download and upload files, you can do that. You can automate a lot of stuff without having API connections. A lot of the workflows that I have are API connected, so they do actually show up. I don't understand. So now I'm getting this as an output. So it had to have changed. Yeah, but why wouldn't it? So I was looking at my code. All right, so let's actually just change this. Let's do 1. Let's change the min ACoS to 50% so we actually get some output. And then spend $1. There we go. Let's see if this outputs information. Remember, we're just going through a testing phase here. I just want to see if the data comes through accurately, make sure that the code looks okay. I like to use the UI here just so I can keep testing the UI and make sure the output's going through properly. No, it's not. You are wrong. All right, it's rewriting the code. I do like how Claude does explains each section, so I can easily go back in and change it if I need to. I know what each section is and what it does. And that might be in my, I might have set that up. All right, let's try the new code. All right, and again, I like to analyze it right here in the UI. But you could have this emailed to you daily. You could have it automated where you set a hook where it just runs on N8N every single day and tells you what to negate. You could add some AI into it and do a database of all your bulk operation forms that get downloaded and uploaded every day. This just doesn't, 0 conversions with 33 clicks. Like it's not analyzing properly. Oh, I think I know what's happening. So it's just outputting incorrectly. These numbers are actually, well, I mean, in this ACOS isn't outputting right. It's just doesn't make sense. So again, that's why we test it and we go through it. And it's really just probably part of this, identifying the negative keyword code, right? So it's not doing it properly. And here we go again. Sometimes I have to go back through and through. Over time, you kind of learn a little bit about what the difference is and why it's not working, and you kind of learn a little bit more about coding. I know absolutely nothing about coding, so I look at this and I don't know what the if and constant and all these different things mean. I mean, you can kind of figure it out as you go, but I want to make again, I'm going through this and it's available. Go to the website, free tools. It's not fully published yet, some of this stuff, but I will be adding more tools. Sign up to get more when I launch more tools. This stuff is all free for you guys, so feel free to sign up. Whoops, I did not copy that whole code. All right, there we go. Let's try this again. So 5th time's the charm. It was pretty quick for me to get this uploaded. I created in Claude a new project area and I uploaded the last file, and it keeps track of all the same chats. This is something that I think people underutilize often, where you'll go into a chat and you'll create a new chat and you get a brand new chat. But if you were to go into one section like Zonflip tools, right, and it starts doing all the tools, you can actually create instructions for it. So I created instructions and I uploaded the finalized JSON, working JSON to analyze and use. And part of the instructions for it is to say, review what's already working and don't change anything, and make sure that the output looks the same. That way, if I want to create a new tool, I can just go in here and type what I want the tool to be, and it can create the prompt. It can make everything the prompt to add it to Base 44 or whichever software you use, Replit or any of the other ones, and it will output very similar information from what I'm trying to do. So I think I have this copied. Let's make sure. Oops. Pretty sure I already did that. So let's run this again. All right, so I got a invalid response, negative keyword field. Again, let's just make sure that this. So I just copy and paste over. Oh, okay. It needs the negative keyword field. So I just have to go down here and say, let's actually just grab the code, because sometimes it changes things within the code. I don't understand why it's doing optimize and negative keywords. Let's just test it. Again, free tools available for you at zonflip.com/free tools. I'll be adding tools regularly. And the whole idea behind this is really for you to go in, and it did it again. So I know sometimes I don't talk, but I'm typing over and I'm talking now to base 44 to try to figure out what they expect from the JSON output. Always hit discuss mode when you're just asking simple questions, or it will use all your tokens. Now I'm just reviewing. Probably what I'll do next with this actually is add some AI type stuff in multiple bulk operations. This is just a really quick idea, or really quick negative keywording tool, but I think there's more to negative keywords. I mean, I could even add in keyword ranking, right, where I go and pull the keyword ranking chart from so now I'm typing in what I asked. What base 44 is expecting, and then what the output was together. And so they can work together, right? So you can add what's called an MCP, or a model context protocol, where base 44 actually does the code for you right inside of N8N. You talk to it and it will literally code for you. I know Cloud Console does it too, so there's less back and forth where you download an extension and you can do it that way. There's less copy and pasting and back and forth. I don't necessarily want to do that. All right, so it's probably just a misconfiguration between the two, because I'm seeing this JSON output is a little different, where it's got negative keywords and the statistics. Optimize and summary. So let's try that. Like I was saying, though, a lot of all right, let's see what happens. I don't like how it added more. Hey, thanks for joining. If you're here, feel free to ask a question in the chat. I can't see all the comments. I'm streaming across multiple platforms. Oh, look at this. This looks pretty darn good. The only thing I see is the ACOS here is 999%. So I will take this. I'll put it back. I got my negative keyword file here. I can always download this and make sure that the output is what I want in order to just easily upload it to Amazon. But like I said, you can create workflows on top of this. You can add in the keyword finder, AI analysis. You can do multiple uploads. You can even pull the bulk operations forms directly from Amazon's API and run it through every single day. I mean, look, there's programs out there right now that do this, right? So it's like, how much money are you spending on these, and can you do it yourself? If you link up if you link up a keyword ranking program into this automation and then it uploads automatically based off of it, you are saving yourself a ton of time. We still internally at the agency we do it through automations and manually, and we still have a human on it because I don't want, there are things that are missed and things that you really have to think about. But then that just means that it's helping that person, your PPC managers and Amazon brand, it's helping them get better. It's helping them I always put change no other logic when I am talking to Claude, to any LLM, Base 44, Claude, anything, because it likes to add things. It'll go through the code and it'll write it out again. And if you say change no other logic, it will print out what it's already done and just fix the areas that need to be fixed. And I found that to be a really useful tool. Oh, it's just updating to 0%. Obviously, there's no ACOS. That's all it's doing. Duh. So, I mean, look, it's helping me. So I didn't even have to change anything. I just needed to just change the output to be 0%. Obviously, it's 0% because there's no orders, right? So obviously, it's 999%. But anyway, so like I was saying, there is, there's a lot of things that you can build off of these simple automations, but this is just a very simple, straightforward automation. Doesn't even include any AI, right? If you look at this automation, it's simply you upload, downloads the file, it figures out whether it's sponsored product, sponsored brand, or sponsored display. It reads the sheet right there. I like to separate out my code nodes. There's people that you can literally just add these code nodes on top of each other, set the constants at the top, have it rewrite it. But if I wanted to make just a simple change, and this is what I do when I code too, on the back end when I'm doing coding, is if I want to make a simple change or maybe an error comes through or something, it's easier for me and the AI to analyze the data when it's separated out, right? And since I'm self-hosting, even if you cloud host on N8N, you can, it doesn't matter how many nodes you have. What matters is just the workflow number total, right? So I have unlimited workflows, but it doesn't matter how many. All right, so let's analyze this. We'll analyze the sponsored products. We're going to use the same one. Should flow through just fine. Again, everyone, thanks for joining. What we're doing today is creating free tools for Amazon brands. So I'm an Amazon seller. We're also an agency that helps Amazon sellers. And we're just creating these tools. I mean, the majority of what I think will happen to SaaS, and I get this, I talk to my internal crew, and the majority of what I think will happen to SaaS is they are going to be gone. They're going to be demolished. So no negative keyword candidates found the current criteria. So let's actually just reduce this. I did sponsored brands, and this one may not do any sponsored brands. So let's just make sure. But I think the SaaS is it's gonna be gone at some point. So people are gonna be creating their own tools. All right, this looks pretty good. Very good. All right. Not much money is being spent on sponsored brand here. So, all right, we just created a negative keyword finder. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into the code section. Actually, let's go back to the preview. This is a trick I learned. So if we go to the preview and we click on and bring up the tool, I can click on this visual edit at the bottom. You guys can't see it, but there's a visual edit button at the bottom of Base 44, or Replit has one as well. They're all there. And I want to click on this node. I want to click on this. And I can go right to the code from there and where it says. And so it goes right to the code. So I actually want to remove sponsored display from this as an option. The line of sponsored display, because I don't want it available as an option. It doesn't work right. And a lot of people don't even use sponsored display anyway, but it doesn't work right in the code and in the workflow here. I have it on there in case it does end up going through, but it doesn't work great. So I'm just removing it as an option from the dropdown. You can also talk to the LLM and Base 44 and say, hey, remove this component. And if you don't want to do it yourself, you can absolutely do it that way. But I don't want to waste credits when I can go right in and just erase that section from there. So the only other thing, so now it's gone from there. The only other thing I want to change with this in the UI is move the configuration to look more like the bid optimizer and have the configuration and upload. Actually, let me look at this again. I'm going to say, let's move and the more information you give it to change the UI, the better it will change it the way you want it. So specifically where it's at. So let's move, I always say in the negative keyword finder modal, MODAL, in the configuration for advanced criteria, move that drop down to the bottom of that tile so it expands it left to right, horizontally. And you can reduce the size of the upload section. So that I'm not going to mess with by automatically doing it in the UI. We're just going to let them do it for us. So all right, so today we are creating N8N workflows for Amazon brands. And right now I'm actually creating tools for Amazon brands. You can find them at zonflip.com/free tools. You can access them at zonflip.com/free tools. They are published. They're ready for you to use. Feel free to use them. Let me know if there's any errors or any issues. You can contact us right through the website, zonflip.com. But I'm building a database and I'm giving it away for free. I'm not holding back anymore. You know, we keep these tools internally. You know, we have a lot of code built out inside of Google Sheets that will do things. We automatically upload and send through email or download and send files through email through Seller Central or through Amazon Ads. But getting API access is crucial in building an app in N8N to automatically pull this information for you. But there are ways around it, right? Like if you don't have it, you can scrape the notifications coming through. You can use sellerboard.com actually has a wonderful email. They email reports to you regularly. So you can set up an email reports and it will send it to an email. And then you can scrape that email using N8N for keywords or for certain types of reports, and then take that data and run it through a workflow and spit it back out. So there's a lot of opportunity here for automating. There we go. So the UI just updated. It looks good. I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to publish this. So both of these tools are now available for you if you'd like to use them. The next question is, what should we build next? I have about 15 more minutes to build something. Let's see. Let's go move this. We're going to move this to under ZonFlip tools because it's kind of, I'm keeping it under one spot here. This is my workflow. Feel free to sign up for updates on this. When I go live, you'll get notifications and email. Follow us on Joey Gleishaw or Zonflip on the social media, or follow us on the social media that you're on. I do have a document and resources section here that I will update, giving free workflows out, or just giving the JSON templates out, or giving, just giving free things out. And SOPs, I think, are really good in markdown files, so you can upload them into your own things. But we also do TikTok Shop. So Amazon and TikTok Shop. Right now we have the two tools available, the Bid Optimizer and the Negative Keyword Finder. I think I want to add in, the next thing I want to do for Negative Keyword Finder is add in logic and do like a 30, 60, 90-day review. Maybe even like a change log, and do a change log. But again, these are just tools for you to use now, right? So if I was building out bigger and larger workflows internally for Zonflip to use, and kind of building out our own systems in place, the best thing to do is build out a website for your team. I have Zonflip tools, but I've also built out several different websites. One of them is a database for us to use. So just build out your own website, call it what you want to call it, give your team access to the website. What's up? I know who you are. I see you, Mr. Mess Brands, Mess Man. Thank you. But anyway, so yeah, free tools coming, more are coming. I can add some more logic and do some AI type stuff. I'm going to be uploading some creative type things for TikTok Shop here soon. So let's go review one of the workflows that we did recently. This is one that's super important. So when I self-host, when you self-host on N8N, meaning you're basically using a VPS, virtual private server, to host your N8N instead of going to the N8N directly, which you can do it either way. The N8N directly for smaller accounts is not that big of a deal, but this actually goes in and checks for any updates for N8N that can be used, and then will automatically run the command line for me to update to the newest one inside of my VPS. So super cool. I think everybody should have that. Happy to give it out if you want it. No big deal. But free tools coming, more tools coming. If you want to send me a message or comment on these videos, go ahead. For what tools you might want to see next. I have some inventory stuff coming up to take a look at inventory. I think for the inventory side, I want to make sure that we're doing more of an AI analysis, because there are some seasonal products, some seasonality that you have to really think about when you're doing that. Even Bid Optimizer, you might want to throw in some AI stuff tool-wise, because you want to analyze it over time. So again, these are just some basic stuff for you to look at. Use them at your own discretion for your own team, what you want to have happen. So anyway, thanks for stopping in today. Follow me if you want the next stream. It's great seeing everybody.